Alright, tonight I'm coming to you from my sink. I have these Trail Grappler MT tires that come on the SCX24, and I basically wanted the tire off the rim, and if you try to do it mechanically you'll just end up ripping the tires apart. It's kind of not very nice rubber, so I got an old vitamin jar and put some fingernail polish remover in there, which is basically acetone. Let them soak for about 20 hours, and this is what you get. That's what the rim becomes. Basically black toothpaste or tar even. It's going to be nasty to clean up. But the acetone doesn't actually hurt the wheels at all. Or I should say the tires. The wheels completely dissolve. So I would not have believed that, but there it is. It's just a thick goo. Just nasty. But hopefully I can tear that out and have completely clean tires that I can mount on RC four-wheel drive stamp steel rims. I just want to be able to weight them and space them out because this is for my Enduro24. And these tires are just temporary until I can put something decent on them. But I think once I do, it'll be an awesome crawler. Stock, it's not so great, but I think the potential is there. You just got to bring it out. I'll show you again in a few minutes once I get these all cleaned up, what they end up looking like. All right, once the acetone is dried, it does kind of leave a white sort of residue, kind of grayish on the tire. It looks bad, but it comes off pretty easy with a nail brush. They end up looking like this once you get them clean, so they do turn out pretty nice once you spent a minimal amount of time on them. Again, these are just placeholder tires until I can throw some mudslingers on it and make it a real crawler. But actually really happy with how that turned out. I'll get these cleaned up, thrown on some rims, and get a picture up later on. Well, these end up turning out pretty nice. The acetone turned the rims into a goo, and if you're going to do this, I recommend suspending them out of the acetone, but in a steel container so the fumes can do the work. Don't actually let acetone sit on the plastic like I did, because it turns it into a thick sticky goo, and did end up getting some on my hands. As the acetone dries out of it, it kind of turns back into more of a hard plastic again that is kind of easy to remove, because at that point it's no longer attached to the tire. But it is a mess to get off. Wasn't too terribly long of a job, but I'll get my hands cleaned up in a little bit. All that's left now is to put them on a set of rims and see how it does. It's getting late here, but thought I'd show you the way I do this. When I install these wheels, I like to put the dish inward so that they bump outward. It's kind of the opposite of how they're really intended to work. And it does make one problem, that you cannot get a bolt, or I'm sorry, the wrench in there to put that wheel on. Once it's put together, you can't physically, there's no room for it to go past the nut there. So, yeah, the wrench itself is going to take the space and won't physically fit in there. The way I get around that is I pre-assemble the hub. I take the hub out of the box first, put that on, and make sure that it's not too tight when I put it on, that it binds the front axle. And then I'll just assemble the wheel directly onto the hub, and it works perfectly. So probably should be sleeping right now, but I'm going to put the last two wheels on since it only takes a few minutes. And that's the video for tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, P.S. When I put these lug nuts back on, I put them on backwards so that the nylon side goes towards the center of the car. It just gives it a little bit more bite for the wrench. Otherwise, you're trying to tighten the tapered end into the hub, and it doesn't really like that. So, all right, that's all for tonight, guys.